This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. 3 years ago, Toyota announced its own Skunk Works program called the BEV Factory to develop its next generation of EVs. It was going to use things like gigacastings and modular manufacturing that sounded a lot like Tesla's unboxed assembly. But then the BEV Factory got rolled into its legacy corporate structure and was renamed BR-BEV. Then the program was delayed, and now the first vehicle coming off the next-gen EV platform, the Lexus LF-ZC, has been canceled. Toyota blames slow sales of electric cars in the United States. Presumably, development will resume if and when EV sales pick up again. But it sure is disappointing to hear that a breakthrough process is being put on the back burner. Legacy automakers would never dream of designing their own microprocessors, but it's becoming quite a common thing with a number of startups. Tesla and Rivian are developing their own semiconductors for autonomous driving. In China, Li Auto, XPeng, and NIO are doing the same. And now we can add BYD to the list. It just unveiled a new chip for L3 and L4 autonomous driving, which BYD claims has the best energy efficiency in the industry and uses 20% less power than similar chips. And speaking of BYD, it's taking full responsibility for its ADAS technology that it calls God's Eye. As long as the system is being used properly, BYD will cover all costs associated with traffic accidents, including repairs to the owner's vehicle, as well as third-party property damage and personal injury. The coverage requires no additional purchase of special intelligent driving insurance, which is common with other automakers in China. Also, there's no payout cap, and it will not impact the owner's insurance premiums for the following year. However, it is only a 1 full year of coverage. BYD's God's Eye package costs $1,800, which seems like a good price compared to Tesla, which charges $8,000 for FSD in China. Back in March, Chinese tech giant Baidu's Apollo Go Robotaxi service suffered a big failure when 100 vehicles suddenly stopped working on roads in Wuhan, causing a massive disruption. In response, the Chinese government increased scrutiny on robotaxis and began restricting their deployment. But despite the increased government pressure, operators are moving forward with expansion plans. Pony.ai and WeRide revealed they have increased their fleets by a couple hundred units from last year, and Baidu says its ridership is up 120% from a year ago. Executives at those companies are urging regulators to adopt rules similar to the airline industry, which reward companies for strong safety records and penalize those with poor performance. The bare-bones Slate truck seems to have struck a chord with consumers, racking up more than 160,000 reservations. But now we'll start to see how serious some of those reservation holders who put down a $50 refundable deposit really are. On June 24th, Slate will open pre-orders, requiring a $300 non-refundable deposit to lock in delivery. Reservation holders only pay $250 and will be the first to receive their trucks, which is scheduled to start happening late this year. Slate says it will also reveal the official starting price, expected to be in the mid-$20,000 range-ish, at the same time that it opens the non-refundable pre-orders.
At Intrepid, we produce network hardware and software solutions, enabling vehicle manufacturers to innovate and design the next generation of modern mobility. Delivering scalable next-generation solutions requires thorough testing and validation of vehicle platforms. Intrepid's Neovi Cloud Platform helps manufacturers quickly identify diagnostic trouble codes and defects by pinpointing which vehicles have specific software versions. This allows them to isolate non-compliant vehicles in real time using analytics, part numbers, DTCs, and organized, secure, cloud-based data. All of these steps ensure vehicles are cleared for production and ready for the road, taking your fleet testing into the future of mobility. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
Looks like all the effort Rivian put into making the new R2 as efficient as possible paid off. The EPA published its official ratings for the R2 Performance, which is the first version of the SUV to hit the market. The model achieves up to a combined 105 mpge, uses 32 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, and has 330 miles of range. Electric points out those first two numbers are the exact same as the Tesla Model Y performance, despite the R2 being bigger, boxier, and nearly 800 pounds heavier. The Rivian also has 24 more miles of range, and while it does have a larger battery, it's a difference of less than 3 kilowatt hours. Both models offer similar levels of technology, and pricing is pretty evenly matched, so consumers might have a tougher choice. All week we've been reporting on the new products Stellantis is bringing out to its U.S. brands. Now let's take a look at what it's doing for its French brands. Peugeot, which is one of the 4 core retail brands within the company, will get 8 new models, including 2 BEVs in the B segment and 1 SUV in the C segment. At least one of the B segment cars will get steer-by-wire, reducing wheel turning by a third, which allows it to use a square steering wheel with holes at each corner. Peugeot is also getting a sedan, and it will develop a shooting brake with Dongfeng. Meanwhile, Citroën, which will become one of the second-tier brands, will have 7 launches by 2030, including 2 models that will take it into brand new segments. It's also bringing back the Citroën 2CV, or the famous 2 Chevaux, but this time as an electric and with a price tag under 15,000 euro. It's a retro, futuristic design that everyone will instantly recognize as a 2 Chevaux. Though we've seen the car, Stellantis isn't releasing any pictures until it's unveiled at the Paris Auto Show in October. And by the way, if you'd like to read John's analysis of the Stellantis reorg, we've got it posted on our website, and we've got a link in the transcript or description box. Mitsubishi dealers in the U.S. are getting their wish for more new products, but the company is going to enter into a segment that's already very crowded. It's going to launch a mid-size pickup in the American market that will be built in the U.S. and sourced from Nissan. While Mitsubishi didn't provide a lot of details, the truck is expected to be based on the refreshed Frontier, which goes into production at Nissan's plant in Canton, Mississippi in 2028. Mitsubishi will also enter other new segments in the U.S. through its collaboration with Nissan, as well as put a greater focus on off-roading, and it's even considering the Pajero, a larger SUV that's coming back to global markets. The automaker hopes these moves will boost sales, which were just under 800,000 units globally last fiscal year, and it wants to increase those by about 130,000 units over the next 5 years. Speaking of mid-size pickups, Honda is stopping production of the Ridgeline for a surprising reason. It will not make any new models for the next 18 months because it can't meet emission regulations. While the Trump administration has made moves to reduce regulations on the environment, Honda, along with BMW, Ford, Stellantis, Volkswagen, and Volvo, are still bound by old contracts to improve vehicle efficiency that they signed with California, and those rules run through the 2026 model year. So now Honda will wait until the third quarter of 2028 to resume production of the refreshed Ridgeline at its plant in Alabama. Attention all you hardcore driving enthusiasts. Bridgestone, which is one of Autoline's great sponsors, is launching a new ultra-high-performance tire, the Potenza Sport Evo. It's got wider shoulders for crisper steering response, a new polymer compound to make it last longer, and an optimized rib pattern with special grooves for better wet weather handling. It also has 20% less rolling resistance and is 10% lighter. But that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you have a great weekend.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Alex Partners, when it really matters. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. CSP, the composites solution partner. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And thanks to the following YouTube and Patreon members.
At CSP, we work with OEM engineers across the country on their journeys to lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly vehicles. Learn more at thecsp.com.
Making a life full of memories, one road trip at a time. That's what really matters. Bridgestone Weather Peak Tires, with a 70,000-mile limited warranty.
We act, we grow, we transform, we protect, we rescue. In moments that define the future, we are the partner you can trust. Alex Partners, when it really matters.
Wards is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.